Numerous research studies support these findings. Richard Deasy heads a national coalition of government, business, and philanthropic organizations that study the arts and education. Their book, Third Space, looks at why the arts are so effective in schools.
The fundamental finding is that the arts have an enormous capacity to bring about a change in the relationships between teachers and students. And they have that possibility because the students reveal themselves through the art forms in ways they can't through the standard ways in which school takes place.
Making a song, nobody can tell you what to do because it's your idea what to do. Nobody can tell you, oh, do this or this, because you can create any kind of music. You can create low and pretty music or happy music or sad music.
If you have an alternative way to show somebody who you are, you can dance or you can reveal through a painting. Suddenly, people say, oh, I didn't even know she was able to do that. I thought he was just one of those kids that we were going to have a lot of trouble with. And so it's a revelation to teachers. And teachers told us throughout that that's what transformed, because typically you're dealing with a group of kids when you're a teacher. And no matter what you try and do, you carry into a classroom your concepts of the subgroups. Oh, these are the kids I'm going to have trouble with. I mean, these are the kids that are going to have difficulty learning. But when the arts reveal the individuality of the kid to you, then you say, whoa, I didn't understand that. And you affirm the child and the kid in a way that the kid suddenly responds to and says, somebody understands me around here. It's about me. And that transformation brings about a healthy relationship between teacher and student, and among the students and among the teachers. Because they get together and say, did you know that Fred actually could do this? No, I didn't. You ought to see what he actually is capable of doing.
I had a student that, let's say, was difficult. Let's use that word. And he was a very difficult student. And we did a play, You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown. And guess who the teacher cast as the lead? Charlie, this boy. He was cast as the lead. When she told me, being a great principal, I said, wonderful. No, I didn't. I said, are you crazy? You're going to use this student as the lead? Well, let me tell you, he was fantastic. He started getting applause. It really changed his whole life. In fact, he came back when he went to college and said that the turning point in his life, and he used that word, was the play that he did in the 6th grade class at our school.
You, in fact, develop the ability to theorize. People never think about that in the arts. That is, it's, if I do this, what will happen? And let me try it, and as it begins to happen, let me find out, was I right? No, I wasn't right. That's a lousy way to try and dance. If I correct that behavior progressively, as you do in any scientific exploration, you are developing the ability to theorize. It's called conditional reasoning. And you learn to do self-correcting application, so you get better and better. And the better you get about thinking about the consequences of your action and playing that against the standard, that is this any good or isn't it any good? You're building up an internal capacity to make quality judgments about things. We're frightened these days. Are our young people able to make quality judgments, or are they being overwhelmed by the options that confront them in the world, the media explosions? What they need is the capacity to make quality judgments, to theorize about the consequences of their action, and take sensible steps to govern their life.
In addition to integrating arts into the regular curriculum, Kensington Parkwood provides special events. Visiting artists like Italian glass maestro Sante Pizzol, who help the children make a glass mosaic that will hang in the school entrance. Another special event is the annual school opera, an original creation by the children themselves.
Tonight we will be presenting an opera called All Because of a Fishing Net.
This opera is performed, written, composed, designed, makeup, costumed, managed, lit, documented, and publicized by the 4th graders.
Parents notice the changes in their children's confidence and
I
enthusiasm.
was asking her one day in the car, and the teachers were saying that she was speaking up and volunteering much more engaged and self-confident. And she said, well, duh, Mom, it was the opera, because she had had a role in the opera.
My son loves school. I went to an excellent elementary school, and I didn't love school. So I think they're obviously doing something right here.
Yes, and Hala is definitely a musical learner. So if you put her in a box where you're just basically working to meet your No Child Left Behind goals without giving her that artistic input, she doesn't function well. She loves music, and art she likes as well, but she likes the acting and the drama. And every time they read a book in the Learning and Academic Disability class, they usually do a little skit to go along with it, which is how they ended up doing Goldilocks and the Three Bears. And Mr. C saw it and said, oh, this is good. So they ran it on the morning show, and she liked that. And then, of course, I got a copy and sent it to everybody.
Arts integration gives kids the means to express their unique individuality, at the same time helping them to live in community at school and in the wider world.
You can have your cake and eat it too with arts integration. You can have fabulous arts programs, and the kids can be learning all of the social studies and science and literature all at the same time and learning it better.
We shouldn't just have arts integration schools. I mean, it's nice to be an arts integration school, but that should be the way we teach. All schools should be arts integration schools.
You know, we can make sure that everyone passes the test and have, you know, a generation of ordinary kids, or we can tap into their spirit, you know, through art. And, you know, to me, the sky's the limit at that point.
To learn social tolerance, particularly if people help you see that those challenges that were faced by anybody in a theatrical performance that you're a part of, when you convert that, you begin to realize that life is about relationships, that's full of ambiguity, and the more you come to understand the other person's point of view, the better we get along. This is an incredible contribution to democracy. I mean, we better get along. And so those types of skills and behaviors are what we've uncovered through the research. And then when we went into schools and look at kids doing it, we say, yeah, that's actually what's happening around here, and it's making the school a better place. It'll make America a better place.
Making songs is just about being creative.
And do you feel you've done a good job on that, Adam?
We all have.
We all have. What a nice thing to say.